Kyle was very much at the time an average 17-year-old, was a member of our junior corps for our ambulance. He enjoyed skateboarding, snowboarding, ramping, jumping, all that good kind of stuff. During the summer, he would actually take the snowboard and go out on his brother's trampoline. He just absolutely loved doing this. Of course, he half destroyed the trampoline, but
he was very fun-loving. He liked to make people smile. He really cared about people.
Kyle's accident, we had gotten an ice storm, and he went to go with a friend to watch him play ice hockey and hit a patch of black ice. The car went into a slide, and the driver's side hit a tree. I was approached about donating his organs, and the whole family agreed, this is what Kyle had wanted, and I think a lot of that being with the ambulance corps, he wanted to save lives. The Transplant Games are kind of like an Olympics for transplant recipients and donor families, living donors, to be together to watch them compete in sports. Bonnie's done bowling, table tennis, golf.
These will be my third games that I'm going to, and the whole purpose is to bring donor awareness to the forefront. I was fortunate enough to get Kyle's kidney. The transplant, everything worked beautifully, and then it kind of hit me that this young person, was gone, and I got the kidney. And finally, it got through that, there's something that God had planned for me to do in, Kyle's place.
The first time that we went to the games were the Kentucky Games in '06. We got to meet Bonnie there. I was very nervous meeting her. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how I would react. We walked in and she stood up, and it was like I had to take and catch my breath a little bit because it kind of made everything a little bit more of a reality, and I didn't want to face that. But then when she put her arms around me and she hugged me, then I knew it was going to be okay.
It was really nice being able to talk with someone who shouldn't be here and knowing that that was because of my brother.
The games this year are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm going to be a part of upstate New York team again, and Kathy and Kyle, who was her son and my donor, will be our team donor family that will be sponsoring.
Opening ceremonies, it's just like, I can't believe that there's this many people in one place, all here for the same reason.
It's all people that have had life-saving organs, and it's just incredible that all of us, fortunately, have had, been able to go on and do good.
Welcome to the National Kidney Foundation's 2008 U.S. Transplant Games.
There are more than 5,000 of us gathered together tonight, making this the largest ever gathering of transplant recipients, living donors, and donor families in the world. 35 teams from every region of our country and many others from our neighbors outside the U.S. make one thing clearer than ever: the empowering life force that's generated when donors, recipients, and transplant professionals all come together.
This is the fourth team from New York State, but then who's really counting? Well, the New Yorkers obviously are. They've got 14 athletes, 8 donor families, and 3 living donors, all managed by Donna Dixon.
So stand up and show your scars to your neighbors, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand up and show them.
They're miracles. All these people are doing all these things because they were given another chance. And in that way, they honor the donors.
They have a wonderful quilt pinning ceremony where you make a square, and I made one for my donors. And you just read all these beautiful inscriptions and see the beautiful people who have saved all of us.
The quilt is made up of 2,500 squares, and each panel reminds us that these donors truly represent the spirit and the meaning of our games. Let's give a huge welcome to the donor families of the National Kidney Foundation 2008 U.S.
I get introduced as a donor mom, but I'm not. I'm a donor's mom because that was what Kyle wanted. I just signed a piece of paper. It was Kyle's wish.
Good luck, and let the games begin.
Group B, as in boy, these men will be at table 4.
Seeing her play and enjoying herself, it's just wonderful. Whether she wins or not, she's still happy just for the fact that she's able to play.
Get that woo! You make a lot of noise. I did.
Ping it? What does that mean?
Watching her do the events and everything, it was scary, but I think that it helped to start the process. It gave me a reason to keep going and keep pushing and keep getting Kyle's word out and appreciating life myself more.
My name is Terry Garner. I had a kidney pancreas transplant, and I'm here today to be pushed around on the 5K race.
My name is Chris Chiarello. I got a transplant of a kidney and a pancreas on May 15th, 1992.
They told me I'd never see the age of 40, and I'm 48. So that's a cool thing for me. Didn't expect to get old. Now I'm getting old.
My name is Sue Sprague, and I received a kidney and a pancreas. The reason I'm doing the walk today is not only for myself, but for my donor, Terry Brown. And I'm here to show people we can do this and that transplantation really works.
We both went through the 5K course together today.
And I won! I beat Chris by half a second.
We really appreciate our donor families. We would not be here without them.
And in first place, we have Douglas Basinski with a time of 16 minutes and 24 seconds.
And what's wonderful, it's not really a big competition. It's more or less just a gathering place for people who have gone through what, we all have gone through.
This is Carolina, Courtney, and Cody, and Dad. This is Connor. He had a transplant when he was 13 days old because he was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which is basically, he was born with half of a heart. This is our very first time at the games. You have to be 2 years old to enter. So he turned 2 in March. When Connor was in the hospital, we decorated his room, and it was called Connor's Corner. So we made shirts to symbolize that we're still Connor's Corner. Oh, here I go crying. You know, we never thought anything about like our kids and donation and all that until Connor, and it's definitely one of the greatest gifts.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Other side. What do you use, a 7? 7. A little bit more. Whoops. Careful, 4. But what's nice is we have time when we're not competing, we're actually going to watch everyone else compete. So there's a lot of support from everybody there.
Let's go upstate! Let's go upstate! Okay guys, come on, keep your eyes open, there we go!
For us, being a donor family, watching these recipients compete, it's amazing. And knowing that these people are able to get a second chance, I bring back a lot of that home because they are very much an inspiration.
I'm Matthew Rapaski. I received a kidney from my mother and received a second transplant from a deceased donor.
Hey, I'm Arnie Rapaski. I'm Matthew's mom.
I'm Nathan Rapaski. I've had 2 kidney transplants. The first time my dad donated, and Susan donated the second time.
I'm Susan Rapaski. I'm married to Matthew, and I donated a kidney to Nathan on July 3rd, 2006.
I am competing in the 100 individual medley.
Take your mark.
It's nice to be healthy, first of all. It's also nice to come to the games and make people aware of the need for organ and tissue donation. And it's fun to come to the games and compete against people that you've met in past games and enjoying new competition.
Really glad that I was blessed with being able to donate to Nathan. After marrying into this family, it just seemed a natural thing that I would donate as well. It was in the small print of the marriage contract.
It's a prenup agreement.
Yeah.
It was so new in Kentucky that going to the second games in Pittsburgh, we were able to take the memories of Kyle and smile a little bit more. Instead of missing, we can remember.
We were commenting about Kyle all day.
Yeah.
He would have tweaked over to sub.
He would have wanted to drive it.
Oh, yeah.
He'd like it here, though.
Yeah, he would. He'd really love it here. It's nice to just think about, like, what he would do and what he would say, but at the same time, it's sad in the sense that he's not here to do those things.
Are you okay? Yeah, just thinking about all the stories and everything.
Yeah.
I miss all those moments.
You know, before we think that we're all by ourselves, that people won't understand, but when you see it here, we all go in together and we've all been facing the same thing, one way or another, whether it's a son, a wife, a husband, you know, whatever, we all go through the same emotions.
They do a donor recognition ceremony. You're in a big auditorium and it's just filled with donor families. I think that that was the first time that I didn't feel alone. I had so much support and the strength that the people gave me. It was a lot more than I ever ever could have imagined.
First time I went, I thought it was unusual because every third row had a box of Kleenex wedged in the back. And I thought, oh my gosh, what's this all about? Well, 5 minutes into the program, you knew why there was Kleenex every three seats.
The wonderful thing about this memorial event is that it allows us one more time to honor our nation's organ and tissue donors, to honor our loved ones. Today we commemorate these beloved family members and friends as we reflect not only on their lives, but on the gifts they have bestowed by donating life to others. What you'll see are hearts, whom represent our loved ones being escorted in by our young transplant athletes, and we thank all of you who have so thoughtfully provided these hearts so that we can all share your memories today.
The recognition ceremony was a lot of different emotions. There was actually one girl, she's had like 2 heart transplants and she had to relearn how to walk like twice, I think. And just seeing her walk down the stairs and to the podium, it's just like, how much better could it get seeing someone like that being able to do all this stuff now?
Hello, I'm Samantha Scholl. I'm 16 years old. I've had 2 heart transplants. My first when I was 3 days old and my second when I was 9. And I just wanted to thank you all with utmost sincerity because without you, I wouldn't be here today.
When I received my heart, I suffered 3 emotions. The peace of knowing that I had received the gift of life, and I wept for the donor family. And then I felt the awesome responsibility that every recipient has to guard this precious gift that you have given us.
We've got a star that comes up every night if it's not cloudy, and that's Kyle. We know he's watching, but Bonnie's a star too. Just with the strength and the courage she has every day to do what she needs to do.
I want these people to realize how thankful we all are. Just supporting, the donor families, sitting around you and holding their hands and hugging them when they cry, and you come out of there enlightened and grateful.
She thanked me so many times. And she says, and I thank Kyle every day when I can get up and I get out of bed.
With donating his organs, knowing that even in death he saved lives, has helped a lot because that's all he wanted to do his entire life, is just help people.
Dance your dance of freedom, sing your song of faith, and live your life forever, knowing I will see your face. So dance your dance of freedom, sing your song of faith, live your life forever, knowing I will see your face, knowing we'll be face to face. Knowing we'll be face to face, knowing we'll be face to face again.